What's up, everybody? It has been a hot, long, long time since I've talked to any of you guys. Um, Channel's changing, clearly, from the shorts I've been posting and what I'm going to talk about today. Today's video is going to be about enclosure building, DIY enclosure buildings. Right here is a 20 long that I set up for our juvenile reticulated python, and then back there is another enclosure that I modified for our other reticulated python. Yeah, unfortunately, I got that one. I scored on that enclosure for free due to the fact that my little brother, his ball python, had passed away, and my cousin who had bought that for him was like, "Hey, we're not using it anymore. Do you want it?" And I gladly took it, and it saved me a lot of money. So either way, these are good budget ways had to like DIY something together. I mean, maybe not so much that one. That was just a lucky find. But as far as like a 20-gallon long, you can probably have a super dwarf baby in here for about a year, possibly two, depending on the bloodline. But again, that's a lot of information that we'll go over in another video. But yeah, I just want to say a lot of these ideas I got from Garrett Hartle over at Reach Out Reptiles. If you guys are new to dwarf or super dwarf reticulated pythons or locality specific retics, because super dwarf and dwarf is kind of a marketing term, check out Reach Out Reptiles channels. There's tons of videos. I've watched a lot of their videos over and over again, and that kind of was like burst my passion into getting into them. But since then, I have been talking to a lot of breeders and in this sector of the industry, and they have just been welcoming with open arms and have taught me a lot already. Like the guy who I got these from, Andrew Acevedo, he's helped me a lot. There's my buddy Lucas and a few others out there that have just been dropping a lot of knowledge on me, and it's been helping me and just making me more and more hungry to learn, because these animals are amazing. But that being said, let's get to the video. Let's go over these enclosures, and I will show you what I did. Sorry for me shaking and leaning on my table. Yeah, let's get to it. Hope you guys enjoy.
Alright guys, this is the 20 long that I had made for our juvenile super dwarf reticulated python. His name is Ichigo. So, as you can see, I have siliconed PVC piping to the ends of the enclosure. I am also using them to help brace, if it'll go into focus, brace the PVC shelves that I have also siliconed to the glass. This one was a little bit more tricky because, again, I couldn't drill into the glass, so I had to be crafty with the silicone. These are all 3/4 inch PVC piping. Just got them from Home Depot and then cut them up to size. I did super glue them to the glass initially to hold them into place. As you can see, after I super glued it, I siliconed a whole lot, a thick wad of silicone on there to brace for any weight that's in there. I mean, Ichigo's extremely tiny right now, and that silicone should be able to hold whatever weight I throw them in there. And this is great though too, because at least, you know, if we expand our collection, we will be able to use this for another baby as well. And this is like a mansion for him. I'll show you what he looks like right now. The front opening doorway that I have right here is from I Heart Geckos, and I'll make sure to put that in the link below. You know, I made sure he had tons of different hides, both humid and normal. So this is his heated hide down here. I have a heat mat underneath. I have 2 humid hides because I do have him on paper towel due to the fact that I've heard from multiple breeders that substrate with juvenile retics can lead to impaction. But at least for now, as far as humidity, he's got 2 different human hides, one up there, one down here, with cocoa blocks and sphagnum moss. And then if you look over here, I have a sky hide mounted. This is a 3D printed bracket that you can get from, I forgot what they're called, but I'll link it below. And this was the idea that I got from Summer over at Girl with Scales. And he loves that spot. Like, that's his favorite spot to be in. But what's nice about it is, in case I do need to handle him or pull him out for any reason, I can just take out the entire hide and he'll be sitting in there like he is right now. Yeah, let's get him into the light. So yeah, this is Ichigo, our male super dwarf reticulated python. He's awesome. Super curious, never really calm demeanor. But yeah, so basically I doubled his space where he can hang out, and with retics, they do tend to like to perch. So even though I don't have shelves all the way across, he'll tend to like hang between the 2 of them, because in the wilds they will hang off of branches, searching for food, and looking for food to crawl by them. But he does have like a little ledge to come up on in the humid hide up there, and it kind of makes him feel secure because he'll hide in the back corner sometimes, or even down here. So I'm just giving them plenty of nooks and crannies to hide in. A nice big water bowl for him to swim, because they do like to soak. And yeah, I'm probably going to add some more rope over here for him to kind of give him like a little rope bridge, just to add a little bit more texture in there. But as far as the 20 gallon, it's rather reasonable. So like, there's a lot of front opening enclosures that you can buy from like Zilla and stuff. But honestly, just buying the 20 gallon and then buying the front from I Heart Geckos, which is much cheaper, and I think is more of a nicer setup, because the clasps are easier to take off, and you can kind of customize it how you need. But yeah, so that's the 20 gallon. That was Ichigo. Let's go show you guys Lukoa and her setup. Okay, so here is Lukoa's setup. Like I said, it's one of the EcoFlex medium enclosures, and this was given to me by my cousin. It does have a screen top, so I did have to modify that, and I'll talk to you guys about that in a second. But she has a ceramic heat bulb that runs for her 24/7 that's temperature regulated, and I do have her a small shade dweller UVB bulb, and since it is going through the cage, it is reduced. But UVB, even though it is not necessary for retics, a lot of studies are showing that it does help our reptiles, no matter if they are nocturnal or not. It gives them a little bit of a health and immune boost. So let's see if she comes out when she sees me opening the door. She's in one of her human hides. Those human hides I got, I just like handmade from some tubs from Daiso, which is basically, if you don't have a Daiso around you, kind of like a Japanese dollar store. They got some awesome stuff in there, but it's big enough for her. I mean, she's doesn't even fill half of the space, so those human hides will last her for a while. So yeah, so like I said, I have the ceramic heat bulb, and I have the probe down here set at a distance to where she would be hanging out at, and that's another tip I got from Summer, making sure that it's down there. So the bulb is set to, I believe, 89 degrees. Yeah, the temperature regulator is right there, but it's set to 89 degrees, and then so when it hits here in her basking area, it's usually around like 82, 80-ish, which is optimal for her. That's where she likes to hang out, or even over there in the human hide that she's currently in. So what I did to this enclosure is like the other, I siliconed some PVC shelving, but I also, since this is plastic, I did drill through the back to make sure that the PVC shelves are secure. Again, I used PVC piping to add as not only a hanging point and a perching point for her, but also to help brace the weight of the second shelf in here. And with that, as you can see, there is some silicone on there. I used the, not the most handiest person. I don't know the tools, right? You know, the tool names off the top of my head. But basically, with most drill sets, there's like saw drill bits that'll cut out full holes. And so I cut out the holes in here, had the PVC extend a little bit past it, and then I siliconed and glued the PVC caps to the side. So it is pretty sturdy for her, and will be for a while. And then I also, because of the caging top, I bought some 1/4 inch PVC, and anything that isn't being surrounded by or doesn't need to be open for the ceramic bulb or the UVB light, I have covered up to help with the humidity inside of her enclosure. So yeah, so since I've added that, her humidity has kind of stabilized. Before that, the screen top would just let out too much humidity and moisture for her. But I also have her set up with a nice little plastic bowl. I had an extra hammock from our bearded dragon, and she wasn't really using it anymore, so I cleaned it up and I put it in there for her. Sometimes she'll lay in there and bask under the heat. And that's pretty much it, guys. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have any questions, I hope I answered most of them of what I did. It was pretty straightforward and easy. I mean, I only needed a drill, maybe a Phillips screwdriver, that hole cut bit that goes on the drill end to cut the holes, some silicone, and just my imagination to customize it how I saw fit. But yeah, it was pretty easy, and I think a lot of people can do something like that, especially the 20-gallon setup, because again, that's just super glue and silicone. Like, you don't need any drills. You may need like a saw or something to cut the PVC board. I used a box cutter to cut through that. It did take a bit, but I used a box cutter and I sliced those pieces. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward, guys. So if you have any questions or want to learn more about what I used to set this up, please leave your comments in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, guys, we're having a lot of fun with these animals, and we're excited to share it with you guys, because we're doing this, a big part of this for our girls, since we're homeschooling them, and they're loving every single bit of it. So other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Peace.